All right, chat. Do you get a gift version for free or no? Kind of. You can buy one with Moses in the store. If you check exclamation mark store, you can buy it there with Moses. So you don't have to pay any cash. But if you're subbed, you can buy one with Moses. Also, don't spend your Moses too much, because Sunday throughout the entire day we'll be doing giveaways where you can buy tickets with Moses to get drafted as winners, and I'll be giving away almost all of my NX in transparent NX gear, okay? And I have right now I have 460. I think I'm going to give away 400k worth of this. So even if with the expensive items, I think it's somewhere between 80 and 100 items probably. So it's going to be a lot of giveaway stuff. Only on NA. Oh god. Yes, I think, because I don't think NX prepaid is shared with EU, is it? I don't know which currencies are shared. Is prepaid shared but credit not or something? Will you be able to pick which one? Yup. You know how much Moses you got? Exclamation mark Moses in the chat will tell you. The bot will tell you how many you have. You probably have like 35k, I'm guessing. Depends on how much you watch. Didn't work? Yeah, because you put a 1 instead of an exclamation mark. Typically, commands require exclamation marks in the beginning. Alright, hang on. Before we do this though, to earn this, guys, to earn what we just did, I'm going to put up one ad, and we're going to do one more set of push-ups, okay, guys? Is it worth more to get the jewel ring from the event shop or the Android for 10 tickets? Jewel ring, 100%. 100%. Get the jewel ring. No one is spamming. There's like 10,000 people checking how many Moses they have. I could do exclamation mark Moses Alex Dara. 7,320. Okay. Make the entry 100k. Okay, so here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one giveaway where it's very expensive to buy tickets. But the winners will be able to pick 2 items, and I'm gonna draw like quite a few winners from that, so that the people with a lot of points can guarantee getting results there. And then I'll make the tickets for the giveaways gradually lower until everyone can start participating, basically. What's considered a lot of points? If you put exclamation mark Moses Zelpex, for example, like that's what I consider a lot of points. What if you change your Twitch name, then message me or a mod what your old name was and check how many Moses they had and have it transferred over? Broke up? Yeah, like Zelpex is 270k, like... I mean, Zelpex, are you looking for those items? Because I could basically, like, I could guarantee give you 4 items and just take away like 250k of your Moses or something. Like Convict has 218,000. Yeah, like those kind of numbers. Which is LeBron's have. You can check exclamation mark Moses and put anyone else's name to see how much they have. Maybe? Yeah, like if you're looking for them, I could just take the RNG out for you and just take away your Moses and just give them to you. Oh, thank you for... Speaking of which, thank you for the Twitch Prime, dude. Thank you for the resub. 26 months. Crazy. Sometimes you might get whispered with how many Moses you have. Because, yeah, see, you guys have quite a bit. All right. One more set of push-ups, guys, and then we're going to look at the second version of the 4th job skill changes. And then hopefully in 2 weeks, we'll have the last and final versions of the 4th V skills. So we're going to look at the second ones in a little bit. One ad and one set of push-ups. Who's joining me for some push-ups, guys? You do 1, you do 2, you do 5, you do 10, you do 30. Everything is good. It's healthy. Stretch. Do some push-ups. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. 1, 21. Jesus. Okay. Oh, I'll get some fruit. So we can eat some fruit while we do this. Genius. Okay. That is 923. Boom. All right. There you go. Moses back. All right. We're going to look at the second version of the fourth V skill changes. So it's going to be, it's not going to be full skill descriptions. There might be some picture changes. There might be some number changes. But if you guys don't have a general idea yet of the previous skills, you might be lost a little bit. But I'll explain it in like very flashy language so you can immediately be up to speed, okay? So they will be getting an extra slot, and they will be getting your fourth V immediately when you do your job advancement. If you already did your job advancement, then within a certain amount of time after the update, you can just complete a quest where you just probably just talk to an NPC and then talk to another NPC, and then you just get your fourth, fifth job skill for free. Basically, it's how it's been before and how it looks like they're going to do it again. All right, so Sword Illusion, hero skill. Basically, you just go like, you just hit him a bunch of times, and then there's an explosion at the end that just like a bunch more lines of damage. It's like mid-length cooldown. It hits a lot of different targets. Fix an issue where the skill effect did not appear to other characters. That might have been a blessing in disguise, honestly. And the explosion damage at the end is increased, so. Giveaway is in what form? It'll be through Stream Elements. I'll do the giveaways probably. I might do some on Saturday and some on Sunday as well. Because it might be too much for one day, honestly. I'll probably do giveaways on both Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be for the transparent NX covers. So if you already see them and you need some on some characters, make sure you have some idea of what you want and what character you want it on. And I'll just send them your way. When you win. So that'll be this weekend. Okay. So Mighty Mjolnir, for the people who remember that, don't remember that one. Basically, you save up charges to be able to throw your hammer up to 3 charges at a time. And then when you throw your hammer, you basically just hit something. It bounces between everything near that person, and then it comes back to you. Tricksta, thank you very much for dropping a Twitch Prime, my dude. Welcome to Scardor. I'm glad you appreciate the channel enough to support it. Thank you very much. So the damage has been decreased from 2000% 1 line to 600% 6 lines, which is of course what you want. You don't want to overcap on your one line. And astrology or acarology, could be either one. But thank you very much for also dropping your Twitch Prime, my dude. I appreciate it very much. Look at these free subs. You already have Amazon Prime. You have Twitch Prime. You can just sub for free. You don't even have to spend any money. Genius. Good job, guys. Then the hammer preparation time, so to build an extra stack, has been decreased from 20 to 18 seconds. That's faster. By about 10%, if you want to do the maths. Cast delay decreased, also nice. You're not stuck in place as long. And the shockwave damage went down a little bit, but is divided over more lines, so I guess less likely to cap. So instead of 5.6k damage over 7 lines, it's 5.4k damage over 9 lines. So it says the shockwave range has been adjusted. I don't know what that means. Did it get a lot bigger, a lot smaller? Not sure. Prepared hammers will no longer disappear when you die. That's a good thing. They did the same thing with all the Cygnus. Remember when the Cygnus characters got all their big third Vs and everything basically just built stacks and everything? In the beginning as well, when those characters died, they would lose all their stacks as well. So they're probably giving this the similar treatment where they're like, oh, we probably don't want that to happen. The effect when the hammer returns has been changed. Fix an issue where enemies' images stuttered when hit by the shockwave. Fix an issue where the number of hits was incorrect when used in torrent zone. Okay. Strange specific things. Dark Knight. Okay. We're going to need to see a little bit better survivability from this. So basically what it did is you turn it on. You deal damage over time to monsters near you. And depending on whether you have Hyperbody or Iron Will active, you will either get a shield that refreshes every now and then, or you'll have reduced incoming damage periodically. But it was kind of wonky at the design, so let's see what they changed here. The skill now has a final explosion that activates when the duration ends, or you reuse the skill, dealing 1000% damage 10 times and up to 8 enemies. Okay. Explosion will activate an additional 1 time per 3 life force you drained while the skill was active. Okay, so now they'll tell us how you can drain life, I guess. While the skill is active, if you drain HP while your HP is full, it will create a shield equal to 75% of the drained HP. Damage decrease from 900 to 750, and number of hits decrease from 7 to 5. But they added the explosion at the end, so that makes sense. Per 3 life force. Wait, what is 1 life force? Is that 1 HP? What is a life force? Is that something that already exists in Dark Knights, guys? What is a life force? Or do we have to look back at the previous... Wait, wasn't that an official...
Suction.
Wasn't that an official post? It's not this one, right? This one doesn't have the skills on it at all. Didn't he make an official post for that? He probably just have it under... It'll probably be right here, but... Dark. Night. Okay, not this one. Oh, this one. He just indexed it wrong. Dark, night. If darkness aura attacks hit an enemy using damage reflect, do not take damage. Heal 5% of your maximum HP per enemy hit, maximum of 3 heals per attack. Yeah, where's Paulo Roberto? You can tell us. Yeah, I don't know what it means per 3 life force you drained. This can't be 3 HP, right? That's impossible. Because that means you would get 10,000 damage worth of an explosion for every 3 HP. That wouldn't make any sense. You leech 1,000 HP. Per 3 ticks? Life force is a tick of damage? Okay. I guess that's plausible, yeah. Okay, let's see if these gold kiwis are actually gold on the inside this time. Because last time we got skamazed and they were both green. Okay, these are like... These are kind of like in between, I guess. But these are definitely like 100% gold. They can be more goldener. Way more goldener. That's it. Tastes like a gold one though. Maybe every 3 hits. Yeah, I'm guessing it's that, every 3 hits. So you build up a shield. If you drain HP by HP is full, you build up a giant shield. Up to 75% of what you heal. Okay. Of what you drain. And fix an issue where an attacking skill activated at the same time as this skill ending would have its damage not apply. Fix an issue where this skill could attack while on ropes. Fix an issue where darkness aura would appear twice in the buff window. Oh. Okay. Okay, but that extra that shield here, plus the explosion, that makes it way more viable in my opinion. Does way more shit now. Yeah, every 3 hits I think, yeah. Okay, Archmage Fire Poison. So it's like a poison effect that you, when you activate it, it appears near you and near a few targets near you. And then the poison just spreads around you wherever you move, and it spreads to monsters around the monsters that were initially hit as well. And everything just gets more poison damage and just dies, basically. Is what this skill generally does. It looked kind of strong. Number of hits have been decreased from 6 to 4. Explosion damage decreased from 350 to 300, and cooldown decreased from 45 to 30. That's like really good if you're already really strong, right? You don't want something that does like insane damage that you're going to be overcapping the HP of the monster on, and then with a large cooldown because it's like whatever. But if you can use it every 30 seconds and it still kills, you know. The explosion can now only activate on a single enemy up to 9 times. The total number of explosions has been increased from 20 to 22. Oh, it gives like 22 booms in total after you've activated it. I see. Toxic class, Fart Mage. True, both true. Okay, Archmage Eyes Lightning. This one was a little funky. Basically, you send like a projectile into the body of your target, and then inside the body of your target, it like radiates damage surrounding the target and an explosion, like a big explosion at the end. Shocked enemy now will release an electric current that attacks up to 2 nearby enemies, dealing 400% 4 times. The cooldown will now be decreased by 1.8 seconds per remaining shock count when the orb disappears. Oh, okay, so if you would shoot it onto something and it dies very quickly, then you can reuse it quickly as well. Okay, that makes sense. That way you can give it both utility and mobbing and embossing. At least a little bit. Damage has been increased from 400 to 500. Overall effect... The overall effect has been changed. Oh yeah, by that they mean like the sprite, right? Like how it looks. Fixed issue where you could use this on a rope. Yada yada yada. Yada yada. Okay. Bishop, Divine Punishment. Basically like a giant... like a whole bunch of blades coming down from the sky and just crushing down on everything, like an extra mobbing skill, basically. Number of hits is increased from 4 to 5. Number of increased hits during Vengeance of Angel has been increased from 4 to 5. Divine Light preparation time has been increased from 7.5 to 8.5 seconds. Prepared Divine Lights will no longer disappear when you die. Nice. Oh yeah, you build stacks for this as well. It's kind of like the hammer for the Paladin. Fictionary record skills in the air. Okay. So extra lines. Just extra lines on this one. Okay. Bowmaster Silhouette Mirage. Okay, this was like one of the strongest skills. Basically, you get like a shadow partner that shoots with you every now and then. And it allows you to take hits. It takes like percentage HP off of hits every now and then. Which will allow you to basically tank one-shots. Some real good shit. Oh, if you're trying to read along, ! KMST. In the chat, we'll give you the patch notes as well. Or ! KMS will also get you to this. Love me some kiwi, dude. Do skill finish cooling down after you leave the game? Is up the cooldown? No, they pause. When you log out, all the cooldowns pause. And they continue when you log back in. It's really weird, but yeah. Level 210, but you don't have any creatures prequests, and I'm trying to do it to get the reset coupons. Do you know where the area is? If you go to Leafer, on the bottom right, there's a doorway there. I don't know if you need to do the prequest. I think the prequests are with Nineheart, I think, in Erev, if I'm not mistaken. I lost DK skill review. You did. Basically, whenever you lifesteal now, you build a shield compared to how many times you lifesteal for 75% of the HP that you lifesteal. And the more you lifesteal during the skill, you can like end the skill immediately if you want for like an explosion. But the more times you steal life with the skill on, the bigger the explosion gets at the end. And the static damage for the skill went down, but then the big explosion at the end is like compensating for it, basically. Yeah, if someone in the chat has used the KMST command already, like you can just scroll up and use that one. It's trust me, it's the same link as 3 seconds before. So yeah, number of illusions will now be shown in the buff window. The illusion's arrow damage has been increased from 750 to 800. Okay, reactivation cooldown has been increased from 6.5 to 7.5. Okay, so they do a little bit more damage, but a little bit more slowly. Fixing issue where increasing... Oh, and that's all they changed to this. Okay. I think Bowmasters will still be happy with this. Do you think it's good now for Dark Knight? I think so. If they might have to change the uptime on it a little bit, but I think it's... I like it a lot better like this, yeah. I like it a lot better. More dependable and like a huger shield. You know you want a big shield, you know. To be able to tank stuff. A little bit more survivability. Big PP, DK, burst incoming. Yeah. Yeah, adding the explosion to the end is a nice touch. Marksman, repeating cross. Okay, I want to see some big buffs here, okay? Because Marksman, not in a great spot. Number of cartridges has been decreased from 10 to 6. Where's my buff? Cooldown has been decreased from 180 to 120. Ooh, synchronized with... Ooh, okay. Wait. I take it back. It's now synchronized with all of our buffs, though. So now you can always use it. Oh, the big Z on my nose is like super prominent. Nice. Full burst shots MP consumption has been increased from 100 to 150. Oh, unplayable. Fuck. What will I do now? Full burst shots damage has been decreased from 600% to 500%. I still don't 100% understand how that skill works, actually, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Like, it empowers your shots or it super empowers your shot for like a certain amount or something. When using full burst when using full burst shot, charged arrow can now activate after all 4 of the arrows are fired. Oh, okay. Okay, for charge bolt, yeah. Okay. It is a new skill like snipe. No. It's another buff like split shot basically that just empowers your existing. But you can double tap it again and then do the full burst shot. Basically you're just attacking with 2 arrows at a time plus double split shotting. So it's like multiplying your split shot. Flag race. Ree! I'm in cash up. I didn't get the invite. Big Ree. Missed it. Rip. Okay. This is interesting, but this does mean that Marksman gets more and more skills to always use every 2 minutes. But yeah, I'll take this hit. I think Marksman will gladly take this hit if it means that you can use this every burst instead of like every other. And have like awkward in-between time. Okay, Pathfinder. Fix an issue where... Did not apply to this skill. Fix an issue. Okay, they just fixed issues, but they left it exactly the same. Okay. Basically, these are like different types of turrets that you can place down that just do a bunch of damage with you. Nightlord, throw blasting. Okay, when you're attacking, skill hits an enemy that dies, the range to find an enemy to activate an explosion on has been increased. Okay, and that's it so far. Okay. Makes sense. This is basically like you added like charms, exploding charms to your throwing stars, and they would just like create explosions every time you hit something. Every time a single star would hit something, on top of everything that's already hitting. So it's like... It's basically just even more burst. Or you can alternate between this and between spread throw. If you would want to, so that you always have something to kind of burst in the off burst as well. But that would like depend. Okay, demon slashing shadow formation. Nice. Lots of adjectives there. Damage has been... Or lots of words, I guess. Damage has been decreased from 1,000 to 750. Number of hits has been increased from 6 to 8. Okay, so we're going from 6k to 6k. Cool. So it's just redistribution among more lines, so you're less likely to overcap. Boss damage has been... Oh, the boss's damage, that's the guy with the giant swipe at the end, has been decreased from 1,400 to 1,200, but number of lines from 12 to 14, which, if my maths are correct, gives you the exact same amount of... percentage as well, because 12 times 14 equals 14 times 12. Fix an issue where a shadow partner apply to this skill. Ooh. Damn. Wait, why not? Why not make shadow partner apply to this skill? Come on. Give shadowers some love. They're already getting laughed at for not being Night Lords or Dual Blades. Come on, give them something sexy. Why take that away from them? Yeah. I guess we don't have to tell that to shadowers. They already know their bosses. They already know they're amazing. Right, Deboki? He's looking at you, dude. I saw that C-Val clear. That was clean, dude. Okay. Next, Dual Blade. So Dual Blade is like an after image that can trigger after both your mobbing fourth job skill and your bossing fourth job skill, basically. Whose skills, I don't know. What? Blade dash, blade spin, and dagger stat? I don't know. I have no clue. Those two. So after, when you're using a skill... Oh, it says here, Blade Fury and Phantom Blow. I could have just read as well. Reading, not my strong suit. It now automatically activates... Okay. That's what I wanted to see. So basically, you could choose when you could like tag it on. So now it's automatic, which means that they probably will weaken it, right? Hidden Blade will no longer apply to the skill. Haunted Edge's Sura's damage has been decreased from 700 to 550. Haunted Edge, Rex's damage has been decreased from 500 to 400. Cooldown has been decreased from 16 seconds to 14 seconds. Okay, so it'll essentially just work way more like all the other skills we already know. Like the Empowered Spirit Claw for Shade. Like the Empowered Endless Dream for Arc. Like the Draco Slash after image. Basically, every now and then, you'll just have an Empowered Strike and it'll just do an extra slash in the back, basically. This is only every 14 seconds, though. Those other skills are all, I think, every 8 seconds or so. And this can trigger on 2 different skills as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay. Because I'm thinking what that does to the numbers. But I don't know by heart the numbers for the other classes, so. DB gets a useful skill. Yeah, now it'll just be a free after image with just extra damage. Alright, Viper. Okay. This skill needs to be fully damage immune. Let's see. Howling Fist. Damage has been increased from 800 to 850. Shockwave damage has been increased from 1000 to 1000 of it. Really? 5% damaging? Okay. Energy collection time has been adjusted. I love that word. Doesn't say anything. Fix an issue where the punch would instantly be fired if your MP was less than double the consumed MP when casting the skill. Okay, so it doesn't seem like they're fixing anything with the mechanically with this skill. Captain, so that's Corsair getting Death Trigger. Oh yeah, this was Buccaneer, by the way. The skill end delay has been adjusted. Basically, Death Trigger, you shoot like a red laser out, and it just bounces around and kills everything near the thing that you just hit, basically. Fix an issue where the skill would be cancelled if you were hit while using it. Fix an area where the damage would not be applied normally if you use the skill while using Unwavering Nectar. Skill end delay has been adjusted. Okay, so no huge changes. Okay, what did they do to the Cannon Shooter skill? Basically, the Cannoneer skill is you put your cannon in the air, you just fire a bunch of missiles, and then they just come down later. And they hit monsters. And if there's no monster, it drops a chest instead, and if you loot the chest, you gain damage for a while. So it's Pool Maker. It makes pools of death and destruction. Total number of shells has been changed to a fixed number of 22. Damage has been increased from 1,050% to 1,200%. Number of remaining shell activations will now be shown in the buff window. Supply boxes can no longer be created near portals. The shell effect has been changed to this, I'm guessing. So this is what the explosion is going to look like. If a supply box is on a platform that disappears, the supply box will also disappear. Wow, big nerf. Fixing where the shells would not. This is kind of like This is kind of like Buccaneers are. They're like, oh, they have a big cannon and they just like mow shit down. It's a little bit lackluster. A little bit like RNG, but if it hits properly, then it could be like really big. And if it kind of, doesn't hit that accurately, then it's gonna kind of fizzle. So yeah, I could see this like doing something, but I could also see this doing nothing a lot of times. So I'm not too sure about this skill, honestly. We'll have to see like the numbers and see if it really helps a lot. See if it like more reliably hits when you're bossing and stuff like that. Mihail gets some new visuals. Okay. When a sword of light hits an enemy. Oh, what was the skill before? Hang on. Sword of light. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was a buff that you gave to yourself that would make yourself and other members. Reduced incoming damage. Basically, your teammates could walk through Lotus lasers when this is activated on them. If you're near your teammates when you use it, basically. Let's see. So when Sword of Light hits an enemy, they will now be inflicted with the Light of Courage buff. A debuff, sorry. Stacking up to 6 times, it activates an additional attack that deals 350% damage 2 times when you hit them. Okay. Debuff can only be activated on up to 15 enemies at the same time. Okay. You can now reuse the skill to end it instantly. When the skill ends or you reuse the skill, Pillars of Light will be created, dealing 750% damage 8 times. The number of pillars will be increased based on the number of Light of Courage debuffs. So while you have Light of Courage on, and then you hit things with Sword of Light, then you... Oh, this is all like completely extra effects on top of it already. Okay. Pillars, 750% damage 8 times. The number of pillars will be increased based on the number of Light of Courage debuffs. Okay. Sword of Light creation range has been adjusted. And fix an issue where an attacking skill is... Okay, yeah, this is the same thing as the DK had going on. Okay. Interesting. Interesting extra effect. Okay. Soul Master. Damage has been... So this is a Dawn Warrior. Damage has been decreased from 1150 to 1000%. Reactivation cooldown has been decreased from 15 to 12. Okay. So that's a quote-unquote nerf. This is a quote-unquote buff, right? So instead of hitting this 4 times a minute, hitting this, so being 4,600% damage per minute, now it's this 12 seconds, so every 5 times, so it's 5,000% per minute. So it's an increase of like 10%, right? Almost 10%. Cooldown reduction when switching stances in Soluna time. Soluna has been decreased from 145 seconds to 1.3. Cool. Cooldown reduction for the has been changed from 1 second to 3 times the reduction. Cooldown reduction when Celestial dances after image attacks has been changed from 1 second to 3 times the reduction of switching stances. Math and written language. Hang on. What is the reduction of switching stances? Is it this? Right? So instead of 1, it's 0.9 seconds? Because it's 0.3 and it's 3 times that. So it's 0.9? Why not just say 0.9? Why do we have to do maths here to figure out? I don't know. Okay, so it's slightly... The cooldown reduction is slightly less, so that means the cooldown ends up being slightly higher than... Yeah, okay. Not a big difference. I wonder why they did that. Maybe it's easier to program that way. Cooldown will now be decreased when cross the sticks hits an enemy by 4 times the reduction of switching... Oh. Cooldown will be decreased when cross the sticks hits an enemy by 4 times the reduction of switching stances. Wait, is the stance switch reduction dependent on the level of something? Because then maybe leveling the skill will net you bigger cooldown reductions or something. Maybe that's the whole meme. Because this is basically also one of those like explosions that can happen at the end of a skill every now and then. Similar to the other ones we just talked about. But only while you have the skill active, basically. The CDR will be decreased by the solution to this Sudoku puzzle. Please, please click all the pictures of traffic signs. Oh shit. Where's the video game donkey video? Okay. The attack range when activated during Falling Moon and Rising Sun only has been adjusted. Fix an issue. Okay. That'd be interesting. Because this one seemed rather strong as like explosions in the end. But depending on how many enemies were near you, the explosion looked a little bit small or huge, depending on like how many monsters were getting hit by it. So that would be interesting to see. Flame Wizard, Salamander, Mischief. Summon a playful Flame Spirit Salamander to help you. Yep, I remember that one. MP consumption has been decreased from 1,000 to 250. Man, if anything Blaze Wizard needs is less mana consumption, because those things drink mana. like crazy. Duration has been increased from 45 seconds to 60. Attack interval has been adjusted. I love that word. Maximum number of embers has been. Oh, whoops. Increased from 30 to 40. Oh, and then the embers at the end gave you like a buff, right? The buff when the Salamander disappears now gives base 5 magic attack and 100 MP. Will now be consumed when the Salamander attempts to attack. The skill can no longer apply ignite or explode it. Oh, okay, that's a big difference. Because ignite is very important, I think, for blaze whistles, right? And then fixation with a skill begin attacking if cataclysm. Okay. So now gives base 40 magic attack. Hang on, what was it before blaze? Because this skill was like kind of. Oh wait, it's not blazer. It's like fire. It's like fire, motherfucker. It's a flame wizard, right? Flame wizard. Flame wizard, yeah. Southern Dragon Manager is 400% bounce 12 times in a single action. Whenever you attack an enemy, you collect 1 ember, up to 30. Summon's final damage will be increased by 1% per ember. When it disappears for 45 seconds, we gain magic attack will increase by 2 per ember collected. Oh, so instead of 2 magic attack per ember, they're getting 5 now. And 100 MP, which, I don't know. So up to 40, so you could get a buff at the end for 45 seconds. And it has an uptime of 60 seconds now. Of up to 200 magic attack. And with like a 15-second overlap of getting 400 magic attack if you double stack it, maybe? Unless they're gonna readjust that number as well to make the buff last 60 seconds then. Oh no, that would be underlap. Yeah, okay, 45 seconds of buff, 60 seconds of uptime at the end. And then a cooldown of 90 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so if it's still 50 uptime. Okay. No, that makes sense. Makes sense, guys? Makes sense? Alright, Windbreaker. So the Wind Archer skill is now green. Interesting. Not blue anymore. Vortex Sphere. So basically you just shoot like a giant ball that just flies through things and just hits everything. It's basically like the Shuriken, but then, you know, with green energy. That's, Dude, this reminds me of LimeWire. Do you guys remember LimeWire? That was the best way to give AIDS to your computer. I remember that. The sphere's movement speed has been adjusted. Damage has been increased from 700 to 800%. I like this has been adjusted. I hope they mean slower. If they mean faster, then we gotta have a problem. Number of hits have been increased from 5 to 6. Gust activation rate has been adjusted. Okay, so maybe it's a little less just like, you know? Because sometimes, I don't know if you have any Canon Masters in the chat, sometimes when you use... Oh, what is it? It's like the monkey gun. Like monkey, the big one that gives like the debuff, right? You just shoot it out from a distance to give like 40% extra damage to a target. Sometimes when you activate it, the cannonball goes like yeah, Monkey Fury. Sometimes you shoot it and the cannonball just like goes at the speed of light and just shoots through everything, doesn't hit anything, and just like disappears into the night. Like you don't want that kind of stuff to happen with this as well, where it's like poof, and like nothing even triggers or nothing gets dealt damage. Yeah, you don't want that shit. Okay, Nightwalker, Rapid Throw. Skill now apply to the additional effects of other skills that activate when Dark Element skills hit an enemy. So more synergy. Damage has been increased from 750 to 950. Throw duration has been decreased from 3 to 2.7, which is probably good. You don't want to be stuck for too long. Extended throwing time has been decreased from 4.8 to 4. Star collision size has been adjusted. Okay. So yeah, while you're attacking, you could like spam your attack key or something to increase the duration. So instead of a total of 7.8, it goes down to a total of 6.7. Okay. But more damage during that. I don't think they would mind. Because it does kind of like break up your routine that you're doing. Striker. So Thunderbreaker is getting a giant spear. Oh, a lot of changes here. Damage has been increased from 700 to 750. Number of enemies hit has been decreased from 6 to 4. Doesn't really matter because you mainly need bossing stuff now anyway. Lightning Strike's damage has been increased from 850 to 950. Number of hits has been decreased from 8 to 4. Wait, what? Enemies hit has been decreased from 8 to 3. Final chains, number of enemies hit has been decreased from 10 to 7. Giant lightning strikes damage has been increased from 1300 to 1450. Number of hits has been decreased from 12 to 6. The number of enemies hit has been decreased from 12 to 8. Ooh. Yikes. Thunderbreaker's not happy, I'm thinking, with this one. That is a huge nerf to all of the damage on that. Lightning strikes will now also be activated when spear lightning chain kills an enemy. Damn, that's a lot of... Like, Thunderbreakers didn't really have any burst to begin with. This looked like something that could actually give them some bursts, and then it just gets gutted. Number of hits decreased from 12 to 6. Ouch. And the damage only went up by from 1300 to 1450. Number of hits went down by so much. It went from 8 to 4 and from 12 to 6 with barely any compensation for numbers. Wait, Lord Mirio, where was that posted? Aaron, Blizzard Tempest, or Aran, whatever you want to say. The Direwolf's Curse can now only be activated by your own attacking skills, except for Storm of Fear. Our application range has been adjusted. Number of enemies hit has been increased from 6 to 10. Curse damage has been decreased from 1050 to 850. Number of enemies hit has been increased from 12 to 15. You can now reuse the skill to instantly end the aura with a 1 second standby time to prevent mistakenly cancelling it. Fix an issue where the number of hits was less than the numbers shown. Oh, but it's like a bind basically, so that would be interesting. In Discord? Okay, so they're still aware that it was fucked and they're still working on fixing it. Okay, cool. Evan, Spiral of Mana. We use Circle of Mana. While the skill is active, instead of the skill automatically disappearing, the number of hits will be decreased by 3 for 1 second. I don't have to you could install an extra skill basically, right? Was the idea with this? Yeah, this thing was basically like machine gunning. Circle of Mana's magic circle becomes a mana sphere, spinning like a tornado. You can activate this skill while using Circle of Mana by pressing the down arrow key together with Circle of Mana again. Only one Spiral of Mana can exist at the same time. Oh, it's like the Kadena, like the Kadena thing basically. You could just put one of those down. Okay. If you still use it, then the existing one will just be weakened by decreasing the amount of hits by 3 for 1 second. Okay. MP consumption has been increased from 120 to 360. Duration has been decreased from 12 seconds to 7. Attack at 12 is quite long, yeah. Attack control has been adjusted. Damage has been decreased from 3.5 to 60. Number of hits has been increased from 4 to 6. Number of hits has been decreased from 8 to 6. Cooldown has been decreased from 4.5 to 3.75. Okay. The command input for Circle Mode has been made more smooth. Smooth. I feel like smooth should have an E at the end. It doesn't. The word doesn't look finished like this. Smooth. Smooth. I feel like it needs an E, right? This is why people think that breathe doesn't have an E at the end. Because it's like the same as it's smooth. Breathe. So people... Because it was so unfortunate. With the George Floyd thing, people wrote in crayon on the ground I can't breath. And it's like I stand behind your message so much. But please put an E at the end. Soothe. Yeah, like that. Good night, Subex. Fix an issue where overload mana overload, right? Did not apply to the skill. Fix an issue where damage did not apply. Okay, cool. Okay, interesting. So some damage changes and a weakened effect if using the other skill while this is still active. Okay. Royal Knights. Cast delay has been adjusted. If there are no boss monsters in range, the knights will now attack other enemies. Fix an issue where the background disappeared if you changed maps. Does anyone have the clip for the person using Royal Knights at Seavel? Does anyone have that one? Well, there was a video of a Mercedes using this skill, and the whole map goes like, and then they're dead right after the animation because you can't see what the fuck is going on in the map. Is this it? Oh yeah, this was it. Yeah. Might need a little bit of a tweak there. Just maybe. Rift Break Phantom. Oh yeah, another one of those dashy dash skills through the map. In an instant move to a gap that the enemy didn't see. You can use this skill with a down arrow key to stay in your current position. Yeah. Hits an enemy with damage strike. Yeah. The command to use the attack in place has been changed to the command to attack with an instant teleport. Okay. You can now reuse this skill while using one of the instant teleport attacks to remain your position. Retain your position. And decrease the cooldown by 3.5 seconds per remaining instant teleport attack. Man, I really wonder what the utility of this is going to be. Instant teleport attacks preparation delay has been adjusted. Damage has been increased from 550 to 750. Number of enemies has been increased from 8 to 10. The hit effect has been changed. Fixing rate could not acquire Mark of Phantom's marks. Yeah, this I'm gonna have to see this in action because this is like a really weird kind of. Let's finish one button battle mage. Well, you have that one skill in the beginning, right? In your beginner tab where you can do like 3 teleports and then it finishes. This is basically that, but then with a lot of damage, like alongside of it. Phantoms is very mechanical, yeah, for sure. Shade, the big giant dude who's just smashing everything. Attack interval has been adjusted. Damage has been decreased from 900 to 800. Okay, so why can they say this has been decreased from 900 to 800, but why here is it only adjusted? Is it up or down? Like, number of hits has been decreased from 6 to 5, so I guess it's faster then? Maximum keydown time has been decreased from 3.6 to 2.7. Final attack's number of hits has been increased from 14 to 15. So this one was seen as a bit too strong, I guess. 2.7 seconds is not very long. I wonder if that's even worth like weaving into shit. 2.7 seconds. Luminous Liberation Orbs. So there's like a bunch of extra orbs that are like flying around within the activation time, swarming around the target that you're attacking. Total number of acquirable magic has been decreased from 5 to 4. Passive effects attack range has been adjusted. The passive effects damage has been decreased from 1000 to 750. Passive dark effects maximum number of monsters hit has been decreased from 10 to 7. The passive effects reactivation cooldown has been decreased from 8 to 6. Okay. So that's going to happen a lot more. Just weaker in its state. I guess that's a general trend, right? That they increase the damage that it does by increasing the amount of lines or the proc chance and reducing the amount of percentage damage. So you're less likely to like cap with it for people at the higher end, late game and end game. Makes sense. Hoyoung Link Huyong Legion gives you luck, and Huyong Link gives you IED and extra damage on the extra damage on monsters hit that have full HP. You can check out exclamation mark links, and then you can see all the details thereupon. Demon Slayer. Oh, we're getting to demons now. Demon Slayer. Demon Bane attack interval has been adjusted. Maximum keydown time has been decreased from 4.2 to 3.9. Not as much as a decrease as the demons would have hoped, I guess. And attack interval adjusted, so I'm guessing they sped it up, right? Or they decreased the attack interval. Fix an issue where the skill would be cancelled if you were hit. Fix an issue where if you didn't have... Oh, that was an issue that's completely nullified now. If you get hit, you don't cancel? Okay. Fixing where if you didn't have enough Demon Fury, the system message would say you didn't have enough MP. Wow, unplayable. Fixing error where the invincible attack effect would not appear to other characters. Okay. Revenant. Okay, please don't completely destroy it. Please don't completely destroy it. Please don't completely destroy it. Okay. All damage taken will now be stored as rage. The consumed HP when this skill is cast will also be stored as rage. The maximum rage has been increased from 100% of your maximum HP to 200. Stored rage reduction, yes, has been increased from 6% to 7%. The amount of rage required to decrease the reactivation cooldown has been adjusted. Jesus, there's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of words and numbers going on here. Okay. So the maximum rage that you can stack is up to 200% of your total HP, okay? That's basically damage. Basically, you're building up rage by dealing damage to yourself and by taking damage. The more rage you build, the more damage you deal during Revenant, and the more of your rage gets taken off, and the more rage you have left over when the skill ends gets dealt to you again as damage over time to like compensate for this, basically. So the stored rage reduction, I think that's like every second you just consume or just lose 6% of the rage is now 7%. The amount of rage required to decrease the reactivation cooldown has been adjusted. So basically, the more rage you have, the reactivation of the explosion within rage that does a bunch of damage. That if you had a certain amount of rage, that attack would trigger faster. So they readjusted how quickly that would rage. Probably because they increased the maximum to 200%, so they had to reevaluate that, I guess. The amount of damage taken when the skill ends has been changed from the amount of stored rage to the amount of stored rage plus 25% of your maximum HP. Damn. Okay. So instead of taking up to 100% of your HP, you can take up to 225 now. That damage can kill you, but something else might kill you. 75k per second at max. Oof. You will now be in combat state during this skill and when you are receiving damage equal to the stored rage. Okay, makes sense, I guess. Fixed an issue where the thorns. That's the skill that like triggers and damages the monsters and that consumes some of the rage. Would not activate if you changed maps. Fixed an issue where if you changed maps after the skill ended, you would not receive the damage. Fixed an issue where the screen effect obscured some UI. Ah, thank you. Yeah, basically this was like a giant red border across your map that looked like when you're in Arc and you gotta like move back, but not flashing, but like constantly the color, and you couldn't see the boss's HP bar anymore. You couldn't see your own buffs anymore. Like. Yeah, that's where Forbidden Contract comes in. Yeah, basically you have to store Forbidden Contract now for after Revenant. Yeah, we're going to have to completely reuse that skill. Blaster, After Image Shock. So 2 versions of Blaster's skill. One is that you, if you're bossing, that you just trigger the boss a bunch more times. And the other one when you're mobbing is that you have randomly across the map extra little dudes appear who just like kill monsters near them. The effect has been changed. You can now reuse the skill to end it instantly if you want to. The active effect's duration has been increased from 60 seconds to 120. The maximum number of after image activations has been increased from 40 to 99. The reactivation cooldown has been increased from 0.27 to 0.33, whatever. Cooldown has been increased from 100 seconds to 240. Oh, from 60% uptime to 50% uptime. Okay. The passive effects reactivation cooldown has been decreased from 8 seconds to 7 seconds. The passive effects reactivation cooldown has been decreased from 8 to 7. Okay. 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 It's not like a... That's like more like a readjustment than like a huge change. But like the maximum amount of activation chances going up. And just... Instead of having to press this every 100 seconds, and instead of that, like every 4 minutes, which make more sense with the rotation with other skills, I guess. So, yeah, I can see that making sense. Battle Mage, Bissel Lightning. About skills, active teleport version 2 will now activate Abyssal Lightning instead of Dark Lightning. Oh, okay. Black Lightning's damage has been increased from 650 to 700. Number of hits has been increased from 4 to 5. Okay. Passage duration has been increased from 10 seconds to 15. Okay, it consumes 75 MP. Wow, big whoop. Attack range when teleporting back and forth has been increased. The outputted effect will match the real attack range. Okay. I would have to see that in action. I can't really visualize too well what that would do to do the skill into playing with it. Wild Hunter. Okay. Give some changes here. Attack interval has been adjusted. Damage has been increased from 850 to 950. Number of hits has been decreased from 7 to 4. Okay, I wish we knew what attack interval adjusted means. I think in all of these cases it means that it's been sped up a lot. Like the interval has been reduced. But as long as we just have the word adjusted, I guess we can't really know. But I'm guessing because they've... Yeah, if you're going down from like 7 lines to 4, that's probably what they're doing. Making it attack faster, but not having it fill your entire map with numbers, I guess, is my thought there. Okay, Photon Ray. Aiming mode duration has been increased from 17 seconds to 25. Okay. Damage has been increased from 600 to 650. Number of hits has been decreased from 6 to 5. Number of initial aims has been increased from 10 to 12. Maximum number of additional aims has been increased from 17 to 18. The aiming time has been adjusted. The aiming time when attacking enemies has been adjusted. If you change maps while aiming... Blah, blah, blah. 1 second cooldown has been added before you can fire. You can now fire this skill without an action while using Mega Smasher. I feel like this is one of those skills that people sleep on and are like, I don't know what the fuck this does, but it doesn't look very good. But I think in reality, this might end up hitting quite hard, I think. But yeah, another charging skill. Don't you just love it? You're a Xenon, dude. You gotta be charging. Mecha Carrier, fixed an issue where the skill did not receive effects from Robot Mastery. Fixed an issue where you could move a Mecha Carrier, it would not instantly move to you. I feel like they could do something with Mecha Carrier. I don't know why they're not adjusting anything. It's kind of like, I get it, but it's not like, it's not great. It's not. I don't think it's what the mech needs. I don't know. Kaiser. Oh, I like this skill. The fire aura's number of hits has been increased from 4 to 5. Okay, just a solid increase, 20%, 25%. Where's the best place to farm flowers, and how can I get a bag for seeds and stuff? Bags are either from Gachapon, but pretty rare, or make them as level 11 or level 12 alchemist, so as craftsman or Meister alchemist. The best place to farm the flowers is go to the bottom right of Ardent Mill and pick one of the training grounds. You'll have like 4 options there. If you don't have 4 options, you need to forfeit your current questline tutorial that you're doing, because the tutorial fields won't drop any flowers. So just pick one of those 4 and just to harvest all the flowers you see there, and it'll drop it in no time. Can Xenon just get a skill that just increases the regular damage uptime instead of all the... Yeah. I guess not. I guess they can't. They can't catch a break, I think. Weapon Variety Finale. Preparation time has been decreased from 15.5 to 11 seconds. Cool. Preparation time will now be decreased by 2 seconds when Chain Arts, Stuff Hustle, Chain Arts... Takedown, Chain Arts Crush hit an enemy, and by 1 second when Chain Arts Fury hits an enemy. Ooh. That's a lot less prep time. Wow. Prepared Weapon Variety Finale will no longer disappear when you die. Fixed an issue where Weapon Variety Finale was activated in Urus. That would be... Angelic Buster, I like these two. Trinity's buff effect with when an enemy is hit will now apply to this skill. Level 30 Trinity has been added as a prerequisite skill. Okay. Fixing... Like, as if people don't max out their main attacking skill. What? But yeah, the buff effect, working on this one as well is kind of nice. Fix an error where you could use this skill while untransformed. But yeah, buff for buff for all the Nova so far. And then 0, nobody cares. Kinesis. Okay, please make the Kinesis skill better, because that one was horrible. Okay, let's see what this one does now. But basically, what it did before is it created a black hole, and things surrounding it would get sucked in, and they would take a little bit of damage over time. And that was it. I'm talking about the flowers you can get on the mob maps. Yeah, just not from the flowers, not from the gold flowers, not from the mysterious flowers and the legendary mysterious flowers, but everything else can drop them. If it does now, all is well. Yeah, apparently it did. Damage increased from 600 to 800. Explosion number of hits has been increased from 12 to 15. Okay, they went from a cool 7.2k to 12k damage. The effects of the objects pulled in when there are no enemies, and the debuff effect has been changed. So that's this, I guess. Fixed issue where debuff duration was shortened. I mean, it just increased the damage by a lot. I don't know if that's enough to like make it good. We'll see, I guess. Adele Storm. So this is basically the second form of Dimensional Blade that Demon Avengers have, and similar to what Kaiser has. And peak consumption has been decreased from 750 to 500. Damage has been increased from 450 to 500. Duration has been decreased from 15 seconds to 14. And attack range has been adjusted. I like it. I think the attack range is made smaller, if I had to guess based on the initial, oh yeah, so these are like the spears. The effects for Demon Avenger are quite cool. Yes, it's kind of like this effect, and then at the same time, oh, flame. Like these were placeholders. Look at this shit. There's no way. Yeah, we have this effect. It looked a little bit big, so I think it'll be made smaller, but yeah. Ilium, Crystal Gate. Oh, how different does it look? Okay, it looks the same still. When a Crystal Gate buff is active, attacking will activate 5 explosions through the Crystal Gates, each dealing 900% damage and up to 3 enemies with a reactivation cooldown of 1.5 seconds. Duration has been decreased from 150 to 145. Huge change. The Crystal Gate buff has been changed from 30% damage to 55 magic attack. Okay. Buff duration has been increased from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Damn, rip 30% damage. All of the Iliums actually like the initial skill getting fucked over. Feels bad, man. Both of them. Both of them feeling sad right now. I feel you guys, alright? Okay. I stand with... What is it? What is it again? Like that? Where you do like a volunteer as tribute or something? Like that thing? We stand with you, okay? Duration has been decreased. Yeah, I already read that. The Crystal Gate usage lockout has been increased from 4.5 to 5. Okay, so that you can't walk through it. And then fix an issue where you could sometimes install the skill in a place where it could not be used. And sometimes fix an issue where the effect would disappear or would appear behind the map objects. Ooh, spooky. Spooky. It's a weird that GMS Nexons are like sick, cool, another charging skill, but on KMS they absolutely hate the new skill. Arc. Oh, please just speed up the activation chance and maybe even make it more damage, but just don't fuck with it too much, okay? Attack activation time reduction when using Spectre skills has been decreased from 0.81 to 0.6. No! The limit of 1 application per skill has been removed. Oh, okay. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. That's decent. However, continuous skills and certain skills will only apply 30% of the reduction. Yeah, okay. No, I guess. Okay. So okay, but you still have to cycle between your attacks. Okay. Transparency will now apply to the passage that appears before the beast is summoned. Thank you. Okay. Basically, this made like 30% of your map a dark red and black hole in the bottom of the map, and you couldn't see anything. Okay, you couldn't see any like you couldn't see any indicators on the floor whatsoever. So imagine trying to do like Vellum or something, and you summon this thing, and there's like 16 different indicators. Like there's the red rocks, there's a yellow dude coming up, there's like the green snot, and there's the existing green snot, and then there's yellow tails coming up, and then there's like this guy also. Like Jesus, there's two. I know we're a two-dimensional game, guys. Like we can't layer this all like on top of each other. Can't do it. There's a limit. Fix an error where certain skills cooldowns did not apply after using this skill. Fix an error where you could use this skill while you had no spectra. And fix an error where the effect appeared abnormally to other characters. Well, Ho Young has a... Ooh. Sage Teachings, Heaven, Earth, Human Apparition. This is looking kind of cool, honestly. This looks cool. I like that. The clone will now appear whenever your own attacking skills hit an enemy instead of when you link attributes. Okay. While the skill is active, if you achieve stage 3 link attributes, all Heaven, Earth, Human skills cooldowns will be reset. Ooh. All of Heaven, Earth, and Human skills. Wow. That gives you like a lot of option for comboing and moving and shit. These new 5th job skills? Yeah, so these were announced 2 weeks ago, I think, and now are going into like the second stage of Tespia, and then in 2 weeks we will know their final form, basically, when they go into the live server on July 23rd in KMS, and then 6 months from now, this winter, we will get these as well, or like 99% sure, I guess. Fix an issue, cool effects. Okay. Now what is this? 7 hours ago? Oh, these are all like super new. $200 coins? For what? For pandas? Oh, 40 all-star. Okay, can we actually see the skills, or is this like the showcase thing? That's the showcase thing, I think, right? Ho Young? Oh, I like that explosion effect at the end. Wait, how many of these gates can you put at a time? What the fuck? Yeah, so this one, this skill was like completely non-transparent. And Godzilla jump. Dude, I love this skill. Look at this thing, dude. Num 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 num. And it just. Wait, they increased the No, they decreased it. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, decreased it. Yeah, some more chance of reducing the reactivation here. Bam. This one just does more lines. It's a pretty sick skill though. I like it. Well, okay, the effect is now behind the UI. Nice. 200 instead of 100%. Whoa. That is a... Yeah, you got after that skill, you got to be super careful. Jesus. What is this skill? Everyone move to Demon Slayer, guys. Demon Slayer go... Look at how many lines that was. Jesus Christ. The fuck was that? Can we see that one more time? And 3, 2, 1, and... God damn. That is big. Mini Shadow Partner. Oh, play... Oh, Battle Mage doing just Battle Mage things. Xenon charging. Like, yeah, it is faster, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers you can see there. This one doesn't do much different. This last super short. I guess for mobbing it'll be interesting, but I don't know how. It still seems like pretty scary when you're damaging. You can do a lot with demon skills. Yeah, they got a lot of shit. Oh, these all have a lot of views, man. Damn. The Dawn Warrior one, so like the increased reduction of the explosion refresh, basically on a lot of skills. Oh, but it's like passive. It's not during an active skill, right? Yeah, you have like a debuff the whole time, and then you're constantly working against the debuff. Was he gonna get hit by that thing there for showing off the skill? Oh, she's stacking. Bam. Oh, those are those pillars, right. And you get more pillars, the more stacks something has when you activate them. Alright, show us a salamander. It's just bouncing salamander. Point, 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 point. Alright, and then if it at the end the magic attack. Oh, it is way slower. Okay, that's nice. Oh, look at that. Then it gets bigger after a while. And like pulsates and shit. Look at that skill. That's interesting. Thunderbreaker's skill lost so many. Thunderbreaker lost so many lines on that skill, damn. Okay, the hammer returns way faster. It's not like it floats around. It like just like snaps to you. Right, that's the hero skill? Yeah. Right, he's getting the shield, he's getting the shield. This looks great. Yeah. This is not non-intrusive whatsoever. I love watching a boss like this. Constantly flashing. I should put like a mild epilepsy warning on the beginning of the video, maybe. Holy shit. I'm interested in the marksman change, honestly, like the extra. I really want to see how that works. Wait, it's supposed to have 14-second cooldown. Oof. But you're not immune through this skill. That's the scary part. Like, only through the dash, I think, when the screen actually changes. Yeah, this is that Corsair skill.